Eileen. So first of all, sorry for last week. She assumed I was doing the call because I hadn't specifically asked her to, and I went, you know what? I'm away. I just assumed you were doing it. And she went, I realized that I messed up. I went, no, you didn't really. I should have made sure that you knew. So between the two of us, we messed up. So she'll do a call with you. Typically, we have because you don't do daylight savings time, so we're still in summertime. So it's 4 p.m. on a Monday is your 9 a.m. on a Tuesday, right? Yeah. Yeah, it is.
That's what I worked out ages ago, and I had worked for Elisa.
Yeah, no, that's what it should be. So, I mean, Eileen typically finishes at 4:30, but that's totally fine. So it'll be a last thing of the day on a Monday. So that's what we'll kick back into next week.
Okay,
anyway,
great.
It's good to see you.
Nice to see you too. Are you back, or because you're in somewhere noisy? Where are you?
I'm in Tuscany still. So.
Are you in Tuscany? Oh, hard life you have, mister. Yes.
Well, so you know what? All the money was getting to here, right? We saved up all of our points for Air Miles and Marriott, and we've just been staying in all these different places, redeeming points. So
awesome.
And this hotel has free breakfast. So we have this massive breakfast. Then I make sandwiches under the table. So that does lunch. Because it's big continental breakfast with all meats and cheeses and breads anyway, right? Yeah, and then we just have an evening meal. So it's actually, and we have a cheap car hire. So it's really not that expensive to be here. And I haven't taken any really real time off in over 3 years. So since before I joined SAS.
Yeah. Wow. That's amazing.
So I needed it. Debbie needed it. And I can do it, and do different things every day. We've hired amazing people like Paige and Eileen and Lindsay, and all of the main work is getting done by them.
Yeah.
So what's super interesting, I met an Australian couple here the other day. Their name is Helen and David. Oh, I got to tell you, because you might even have heard of them. Bear with me.
Just tell me what they do.
They have 93 Guinness World Records. Helen and John Taylor. And they have now created the Australian Book of Records rather than the Guinness Book of Records. They did this in Singapore and did so well they sold it for a lot of money. And they're from Melbourne. And they have 93 world records, including driving around the world and going across Canada on 3 tanks of gas. They were sponsored by Volkswagen and Shell. And he's a soccer coach, an international soccer coach. He's coached teams all over the world. And they just think that Australians get a bad rap with Guinness because it's so expensive to bring people from England to verify world records. So they've done their own version. And we just happened to meet them over breakfast a couple of days ago. And then I had a look, and their social media, oh my gosh, it's embarrassingly terrible. And I just said to them, so who does your marketing? She went, well, there's a good point. Me. And I'm terrible at it. I went, yes, you are. So I have a meeting with them at 9 o'clock to potentially take over their marketing and do all the social media for the Aussie Book of Records. I thought you'd be impressed.
Wow. That's really awesome. Good on you. That's really
cool. So, you just put it out there that you hope you're going to make some money while you're away, and all things being equal, it looks like I'll pay for the trip, with the deal at lunch in about 2 hours time. So
that's fantastic. Good on you. Yeah, that's really cool.
So anyway, not about me, it's all about you. So
okay.
Tell me where we're at, because I was looking on the website and I couldn't find the landing page.
Right, so the landing page is at findyourvoice.co /webinar.
Findyourvoice.coach. Yeah.
/
yeah.
webinar 2, the numeral 2.
A webinar 2.
And nobody will know the landing page, because when it's embedded in email, it will just be a link.
Okay.
That will take them to that page. So, of course, they can see it at the top of the page, but It won't be posted anywhere. It'll either be a bit.ly link or it'll be an embed into another word.
Okay.
Okay. So here's
All
the
right.
deal. Oh, where have you?
This is it, right?
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've just been updating the text and finished that off last night. That's a brand new video. I scrapped the other video that I had.
Okay.
And we made a new video. It's about 2 minutes long. And I basically built it from the 4 emails that I found in, I think, the 6 teleseminar secrets course.
Yeah.
And I maybe stupidly and hastily copied the copy in there and tried to make it like Lisa did.
Mm-hmm.
And so I used a lot of verbiage that's the same. Of course, I changed more than 30% of the text and made it pertinent to voice. But I think that in the future, I need to be more authentically me and just learn how to do copy and not just copy somebody else's. It's just I was really scared about what the hell do I put in an email? I've never done this before. I was afraid of putting thing in, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, it's done now. I've written the first 4 emails. I've given them to my funnels guy and lady, and I've used that speak in that video. So I'd love to hear your honest feedback at a later date. You don't have to watch it now.
Okay. Yeah.
So here I am. This is where I am with the whole sort of mishmash of process because I don't really know what I'm doing. As you know, this is a brand new experience for me. My son introduced me quite serendipitously to a lady that he'd met on a Facebook group in England. Mm-hmm. Now, this lady, like me, has had a whole other life in some other thing, and now she's changing her career and she's moving into funnel. So she now builds these super funnels.
Fantastic.
She brings people to an online course or something that you're selling, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So what she wanted to do before she launches her $6,000 funnel program for other people to use
is use you as her budgie guinea pig.
Yeah, she wanted a budgie guinea pig. She wanted to smuggle a couple of budgies. And so...
Oh, in Europe? It's disgusting. There's all these old men and budgie smugglers, and it's like, it's just not right.
I know, it's funny, isn't it? But anyway, so I'm being used as a guinea pig, and she's building a funnel out specifically for my webinar.
Okay.
So the whole idea is, and I'm not really understanding everything really clearly, but it's got something to do with email marketing, something to do with automation, and something to do with pulling people in from Facebook, pulling them into the funnel, directing them to a sale of something, and as Daniel said, money sprouting out the other end.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Right?
So there's a couple of things. There's a couple of things that we need to tie in with her, because she needs to be able. Because when we do this, we can then go into a campaign called retargeting, which is where people who from your Facebook page have gone to the landing page, and there's a Facebook pixel that
we target what?
Retargeting.
Okay.
So basically what we can do on Facebook ads is anybody who clicked on either the website or the Facebook page ad, flagged if you like. Remember, on your website now you have that cookie policy that pops up at the beginning and saying I accept. The reason we did that was to let people know that we've embedded cookies in it now. And what that does is it notifies people that you're actually retaining their information. So then we can literally send Facebook ads just to the people who've already clicked on the landing page, rather than just going blind, if you like. So that's a piece of it. So she'll need, she should know that. So she just needs to know that she's got that. We might need to make her an editor of the Facebook page so she can copy the data over.
What data would she need to copy over?
So when you go to the Facebook Ad Manager, there's some embed code that she would want to have in her funnel, so that we can use that embed code data to retarget those people. I'm sure she'll know it. If she's really good, she'll know that straight away, but we'll just need to make her an advertise. I think it's called the advertiser so there's admin, editor, advertiser. You make her an advertiser, that means she gets access to your AdWords manager. And in that is the embed code for retargeting.
Okay. Now, I don't know.
What's her first name, by the way?
Carlene with a K. Karlene. So what I'll do is I'll start sending emails to her because I just Facebook Messenger at the moment. I'll start sending emails to her and copying who? You, Paige?
Eileen would be the best person because Eileen does the Facebook ads. You can copy me too, so then I can watch what's going on. And from Thursday through Wednesday, I'm in England anyway, so I'll be in her time zone. So if she wants to chat with me directly, that would be perfect because it's Debbie's high school reunion on Friday. And as we were in Europe anyway, we got a really cheap ticket to fly back to England on EasyJet. And yeah.
Of course you did. EasyJet is so great.
I know. It's not great when you're on the plane, but it's cheap.
It's exactly. If it's less than 99 euros or whatever, you're good.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's what we're doing.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so to get a really clear picture of what she's doing, I could get her to draw a mind map or something. In fact, that's probably a really good idea. So what she's done right now and what I'm in the middle of is I've written 4 pre-webinar emails to my list and put them into Active Campaign, or rather I sent them to her on a Word document, but she plugged them in as an automation. So if somebody looks on the back of my Active Campaign, you'll see that automation is ready to go out. And she's waiting for me to say yes to pull the trigger for that to go out to my list. For 2 weeks before the webinar, just to let them know about it.
Absolutely, it's coming in to save the date.
Yeah.
Now, I noticed you took my advice and you wrote to Sassy, and you also did a really good piece about, just in case you're new, you don't know me because you were in Dallas like I wasn't. But I've noticed, because there's so many new Sassies now, all there is in the Sassy group now is people asking for help and very few people giving it.
Right.
And it's like, crap. And typically, I'm normally the one giving it. And obviously, I'm not as engaged in the Sassy group as normal. But I'm kind of shocked how much all these new Sassies are like, and a lot of the things they're asking for are paid things. Like one lady yesterday, well, my landing page doesn't work and this doesn't work, and who can help me? And I know for well, because I've met this lady, that she has no intention of paying for it. And that's why there's like no response, because I remember meeting her in Tampa, and how she even found the money to join Sassy, I don't know, because she was running panic and scared. Once she'd signed up, that she didn't even have the money for the deposit. So it's like, yeah, I could try and help you a little bit, but I know you're just going to suck up all my resources and have no money. So I didn't reply to her. But I was kind of surprised that nobody came back to you, because lots of Sassies have done email marketing campaigns over and above 6-figure tele-seminar webinar that they could have shared, I would have thought. But anyway, you did the right thing. So
yeah, that's right. And nobody responded. Nobody said anything. I looked everywhere on the website. I literally spent hours looking through all the resources.
Yeah, I think you're right. No, I think the only ones there are that one, unless there's new ones that I'm not aware of.
So Carlene had access to 8, which were done in a story brand style. And Russell, Story Brand. It's a famous brand. Anyway, doesn't matter. It's a famous sort of system that people use at story brand style. And so there were 8 automations already written by somebody else, and she dumped those into my automations. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going into the automations one by one and changing the text.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm doing that. I've already done the first 2 emails. Now, I'm not sure when and to whom those emails are going to go out, but she said she needed 8. So I think what they are...
Yeah, she's right.
I think what they are
so this
is promoting the course. It looks like Vic and Orr, the Feng Shui stuff that they do, that's the emails that she's copied and pasted to me. It looks like that formula is trying to bring people straight to the group class. So they are promoting their online 8-week on course, which they sell for $800 or whatever, and they put people straight into that course from these emails. Now, I believe that's straight from their list, but they also do Facebook ads. So, where are we up to? Can you know, when you sent me that overview of the Lisa document, I don't know where it is. I can't make heads or tails of it. So can you?
Okay. Yeah, I can easily explain it. So the principle with Lisa is a little different. Is that she tries to get everybody onto the webinar rather than the sales page. So basically, the sales page doesn't really feature until 2/3 of the way through the webinar. So all she has is a landing page to get people to the webinar. Because when you go to Zoom with the Zoom webinar, you get the data of who's registered. So first of all, let's just pick a number of 60. So 60 people register for the webinar, be it from your list or from Facebook ads or through Sassy. And then you do the live webinar on the 28th. You might only get 20 people. You know, I know we picked the time to coincide with the UK and stuff, and also the US, but we might not get a ton of people, but we have got the people who registered. So part of the sequence of that email is they get emails up to, like, don't forget, save the date on the 28th. It will be live. We hope to record it, but just in case anything goes wrong, you don't want to miss it. Make sure you're live, because you've got a much higher chance of converting if they're in a Zoom room like this kind of thing. Although Zoom webinars are a little different because they only see you. You don't really see them on camera. You just see them in the chat box. So what Zoom webinar does is it then shows everybody who showed up, and then it also shows us how long they stayed and if they clicked. So you've got that data. So let's just say I watched it all the way through and I clicked on the landing page, but I didn't buy. You know that because of the Zoom webinar sequence. So you can then literally hand target, because we're smaller numbers for the first time around, as I was. You can hand target those individual people and sort of even just say, I noticed you showed up the webinar, I noticed you clicked on the landing page, but for some reason you didn't buy it. That's okay. I'm here. I'm going to do a live Q&A. I'll have any questions, but you can also reach out to me on Facebook Messenger. I'm here to help. How can I help you? So it's a non-salesy sale. The other piece is for the people who registered but didn't show up. Because what we want to do with them is we want to send them a copy of the replay. And again, when we send them a copy of the replay, we can then sort of go through that sequence again of like, did you watch it? Because we won't know if they watched it. All we'll know is from YouTube how many views you've had. At this point, we haven't got Big Brother enough to, they might have clicked on it through Active Campaign and we would know that.
But I think this is why I chose Webinar Jam this time.
Yeah. Okay.
Even though I paid for Zoom, which is probably a waste of my money, Carlene talked me into using Webinar Jam because it gives you better analytics.
Okay.
I did, and
Maybe.
You don't think that's correct?
It may. I started using Webinar Jam and I noticed a few Sassies have said the same thing. And then they've gone back to Zoom because it's much simpler to run. Because Webinar Jam uses YouTube. So it records it via a Google Hangout. It's not bad. Don't get me wrong. It's just a couple of more steps that you need to rehearse and practice. You'll be fine. Or maybe even get Daniel or somebody to do it with you, so you're not worried about the tech piece while you're doing it.
He's going to be.
Okay, so you'll be fine. That's totally fine. So whether I'm saying Zoom or Webinar Jam, I didn't know you had that. Because Lisa says that some like 60% of her sales happen after the webinar, and it's in the follow through, which is why she needs a sequence of other emails to do that. But the ideal scenario is that you have people on the line, you answer questions, you have such a juicy offer for them to buy it on the call, and that's typical. I mean, because it's under $1,000, so it's typically a decision that people could make on the spot. It's not that they have to go away and think about it. It should be a no-brainer offer with the bonuses and the timing of the limiters that you say. If you buy today, you will get a free 30-minute whatever with me, or whatever the bonuses are structured into that, and just say, this is no BS. This is, I am fully booked with coaching already. I have literally put aside 7 half-hour coaching sessions just for people who buy my webinar in the next 2 weeks. And I really struggled to get them out there because my calendar's full. Obviously, I've got lots of time for this group program because I've built it into our structure, but you have to realize this is what I do all the time. And I charge a lot more money than you're going to be paying by being in a group program. So this is the best way for you to get as much help at the lowest possible cost. Unless, of course, you want to hire me full time, which a lot of people do, in which case it's whatever it is, $2,400 for six units, whereas you're getting 9 units, what it is for $997. Yes, it's in the group, but it's a small group, and it's almost as if you're working with me one-on-one anyway. So that's the kind of the wording that we want to put into the webinar, so that like, holy shit, I better get in fast because otherwise it'll be gone. So that urgency and that limiter are the 2 factors that make a difference when you get people live.
Yeah.
And I'm recording this. I'll send you a copy of this as well, obviously.
Okay, so let's look at the bonuses for a minute because I'm really stuck on these at the moment.
Yeah.
Actually, let me hold that thought. So now that you've explained that email flow, the 8 that she sent me seem to be very unrelated to the webinar. So I'm just using the templates of those 8, but they look like they've just started with, hey, have you ever wondered that blah, blah, blah. It doesn't mention anything about not showing up on a webinar. So now I'm going to rethink stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's another way of doing it. I mean, that's typically when you do Facebook ads that are warm or cold leads, they don't know you at all, and you go through a sequence. The trouble with that sequence is it's getting tired. Everybody's doing it and has done it for a long time, which is why Lisa keeps changing up how she does her marketing. And that's the beautiful thing about following Lisa for no other reason, is that she's always pushing the needle on what's working, because she struggled enormously with overload as everybody else has. Because I don't know about you, how many emails you get from people, but the open rate now is pathetic.
I can't keep.
Yeah, no, nobody can. But that's why when there's an actual something that people show up and get value from, because the whole idea around the webinar is that you're going to give them deep dish on one thing that you do so well, it would be worth them just showing up for that. And they're not going to get it unless they register, because they're not going to get it. So that's why this system works, because there's such good value and it's live and happening that they won't get through an email stream and a landing page.
Yeah. Right. So the people, okay, so, all right, so there's 2 groups. My list will get the 4 emails saying, hey, I'm, and then that group of people, so I have a sequence that says, oh, you watched it, or you forgot to join the webinar, or whatever. It was 4 others that she told me, right? Of all the different scenarios. Right?
I'm sure they're perfect. Yeah.
You're talking about though. Oh, okay. So if they're, let's call the pre-to list and then the post to my list, but then the other group of people who've come in through Facebook who have been added to my list, then be tagged that they're new to my list, and they should get the same sequence of post, like the same sequence of, okay, they turned up but they didn't buy, or they didn't turn up, or they took off halfway through, or they should be added to that post list, right?
Yes, they should. Yeah, and that's where that tracking pixel, as I mentioned to you, that will do that for you automatically.
Right, and so those people then, if they don't buy, then go into an 8 sequence of more value about blah blah blah. So I'm trying to create all those at the moment.
Yeah.
Right, I'm going to create. I've joined the webinar jam. We've linked it to active campaign. We've got landing, tested it, and it works fine. I haven't got any feedback from anyone on the videos yet. The video that I uploaded.
Okay, I'll watch that in a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Once a few people watch that for me and then give me feedback on that, I was thinking that for instance, if I start sending things out in a week's time, not one person is registered from my list or my friend circle, then obviously the video is not right. And the video is not working. So I could record a new video and change the text.
Yeah, you can. I mean, just looking at the landing page, I'll just share a screen automatically. Just see if you can see this. The first thing here is obviously the Voice of a Leader Masterclass. That's the title, if you like, of the company. But where it says here, the 7 habits of highly effective, we need the word discover. So it's discover the 7 habits of highly effective speakers so that they realize they're going to get. And what you'll get is the #1 speaking secret that people have used by the top 100 speakers. What we probably need, underneath that discover is a little bit about you and all of the stuff that you've picked up on over your career. And so in the webinar, I'm going to show you the #1 secret used by the world's top 100 speakers that you didn't realize. An introduction to the Hollywood technique, absolute game changer, and it'll change your life. So we just need to sex up this conversation a bit more. You'll discover tools to create an instant hunger for your products without sounding salesy and more. Seriously, this is my best stuff that people pay thousands of dollars for, and you're going to get an inside track for free. Register now. So we need to get more pieces into that landing page at the top. For that. So we're at 7 minutes. I'm just looking at my timing. 35 minutes in here. 7:35 on my clock. So that's where we want to get. So then we get the register now button, and then we'll go through it. We've got
clock time. 35 minutes. I don't understand.
What you want. No, that's just a note for me in the sequence of the video to find that data. The other thing we need to put on this, and it works really well, is a countdown clock. So people can see that the webinar is coming up in so many days. And every time they come back to the page, they see the countdown clock going down. It's like, oh crap, it's next week. Oh shoot, it's tomorrow. And that countdown clock, that should be on Webinar Jam. There should be some code that you can just literally lift from the Webinar Jam into this landing page, which is a countdown. Okay. What program is this landing page written on?
Divi.
Okay, so yeah, there should be code for the countdown clock that ties into it. Yeah.
All right. Do you have any ideas how to, as you say, sex up the convo in there?
Paige did those for me, so we can ask her if necessary to put that into that, because she has access to this separate Divi page as well, because we created a template for you to begin with, didn't we?
Yeah, I think she created the broad outline of that.
Yeah.
And then we just cut and pasted a little piece of that, because she wrote a really long one, like a different type of landing page. And then we just cut and pasted just the.
Yeah, I think this one's a little short. Because I just follow what Lisa does, and if you look at Lisa's one for Monetize Your Mission right now, it's like 5 screens long.
Wow.
Yeah. It's called a long form landing page, and I'm not a big fan of it, but obviously it must work. I mean, I would rather be short and sweet and get them in, but sometimes people need that proof to sort of go through it. So that's why we did it the way we did. So probably a hybrid of the two. Because I'd love to see some more pictures of you in this, of you speaking, you on stage, fun picture of you in front of your computer, so they get a feel for you as they're going down the landing page, rather than just the video. Because if they don't watch the video, they're not going to see a picture of you at this point, other than that screenshot. And then ideally, your signature at the bottom of it too, to just personalize it a little bit at the bottom.
What do you mean, my signature?
Just a hand, your hand. Yeah. Lisa always has that at the bottom, just so it looks like she signed it, even though it's an e-document.
Right.
You could even pull in Daisy, because you could, join me in Daisy. I promise you won't bark too much in the background, and that way you'll get all the pet lovers as well, because she's so cute. I watched a case study essay on Instagram, a realtor who's doing really, really well with their Instagram. And mainly because she has some beautiful cats, and a lot of her Instagram pictures are of her with her cats. And people are using her as a realtor because she gets pets. It's like, oh, she gets, because it's harder to sell a house when you have pets, right? Or can be. So she's had real deals with people simply because she's a happy pet owner. So there's no harm at all in pulling in Daisy. There's no harm at all in pulling in that picture of you in Sydney or something like that, just so people, because it's cool. I mean, you're in Australia. Probably most of the people who are going to buy this are in the United States or Canada. And the fact that they're talking with somebody with a cool accent who lives, in the Southern Hemisphere, is a factor that plays into this mix as well. So if we have a couple of those great pictures of you, remember that one you did when you were in Sydney and you were out in the park and you just had your arms stretched out, those sort of pictures. I would put a couple of those into this as well.
What do you know what your monetize your mission landing page is?
She's doing a sequence of emails right now. So I don't know if you're getting them or not, because I'm an affiliate, so I'm getting them.
No.
Okay, let me just give me a sec. I was on it.
I found a Facebook page.
There's a lot of people doing monetize your mission. Let's go to Lisa's page. One second. If I can find it, then I'll drop it in the chat box in a second. Because I'm an affiliate, which I haven't started marketing yet because I think it's too soon.
Events. Maybe it'll be on the, because it's.
Oh, it'll be in the Sassy page when you register for my transmission. This page is not.
Early bird tickets.
Yeah, 97s.
Okay, so it says Lisa Sasevich click funnels at the top, and then it's got monetize your mission, discover the systems to increase your income and impact without the 80-hour week. 3 full business set, but this is for the whole thing. It's not to a webinar.
No, there's another secret, so I'm just trying to find it.
Yeah, this is a long. Hey, I'm on it.
Yes, you are. I noticed that. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah, I thought that was really cool. Let me just put this link into here for you. I'm just putting it in the chat box now. This is my affiliate link, but this will get you to the.
That's really fun that she's used mine. Wow, I didn't even know that.
Well, yeah, so cute.
Oh.
There you go. It's in the chat box.
Okay, cool. Oh,
I'm on it too. Right at the bottom, she's got a picture of about 12 guys all around her in Tampa, and I'm in that 12 guys thing.
Nice.
But that's speaktosellbootcamp.com. Oh. Why is that? Should be monetize your mission.
Oh, hang on. You didn't just send it on? Oh, you sent it on here, did you?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to access the chat.
I'm just wondering if I've even sent you the right. No, this is the Tampa one.
Copy. Oh, I don't know how to click it. Oh, there you go. Did I cut you off?
This is no. Oh, I don't know.
Speaktosellbootcamp.com.
This was a Tampa one. Why did it bring that on?
Speak to Sell. No, this is again for
This is a different one. I'll
the whole self, yeah, course, module 2. This is good though. This is good to have.
It is. So this is what she's selling right now, because I got this August 6th. So this is a Speak to Sell virtual bootcamp that she's selling. Okay, and what? Okay, I know what happens. So what happens is they buy this virtual bootcamp and then they get a live ticket to monetize your mission.
Holy crap! Hang on.
Yeah.
There's a huge crash just outside my window.
Oh no.
Oh my god. Yeah. I heard this big bang and a big truck just went straight over on its side. Okay.
Wow. That would be a good Facebook post, by the way. If you take a picture with your phone now, and just say, I know, don't do it right now, but take a picture of it and then share it, because people love disaster.
I won't be able to. I have to literally run outside.
Oh.
No, I'll have to literally run outside.
It'll be there for a while if it's on its side.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've got a student in 15 minutes, so I have to hightail that. Okay. I'm just trying to get this link to me somehow, and I'm just trying to figure out how.
Okay, that's easy. One sec, I can do that to you. I'll do it on Facebook. One sec.
I think it was Speak to Sell.
I'm sending it to you now.
Oh, okay.
It's in your Facebook. Okay. That's the other thing that we could think about.
Okay.
Is affiliates. Because typically, Lisa, most of her sales come from other people. So Jeff Walker and Christian Michelson and all of that, they all promote Lisa's webinar, and they all get tracked, and then she gives them a commission. And probably 2/3 of the people that come to Sassy events come through affiliates.
Right.
But this is your first one, and it's just something to remember for the future, is that we want to get some affiliate partners who really believe in you and want to promote you, and do that along the way.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that another time. We're going to just get the first one out of the way first.
Yeah. First things first, I think, yeah. Okay, I've got to close up all these things because everything's just going crazy. All right. So, where am I at? You want me to change
we want to,
a little bit?
Yeah, I'll get Paige and Eileen to go through this video too, and they can do some of that for you as well. And then we've got to change like everything on your social media to start reflecting the webinar as soon as it's ready to start registering. So we'll need to change your Facebook cover picture. We'll need to change that cover picture of your website to go straight to start talking about everything is start talking about this webinar on the top of the pages. So that's why it needs to be discovered there, 7 highly effective. So once we get that wording changed, then we'll put that into the old cover pics.
Okay, so who's doing that really clear?
Oh yeah, Paige can do that for you.
Yeah, so she's going to change all the pictures across the Facebook platforms.
Yeah. Well, Eileen will, but Paige will create them. Yeah. And then remember how we changed the cover picture of your website to reflect a lot more about you? Yeah. So we've already got the sizes and template of that, so we can change that as well. Okay, awesome. So now, are you guys able to sex up the page, or do you want me to ask Danny to play with it? We can have a countdown clock. We definitely want the countdown clock. That was part of Danny's thing, wasn't it? Was working on that page. But we can definitely add some pieces to it too. What if I ask Danny now, because he's online now, waiting for perfect. Yeah, because my guys, it's midnight where my guys are, so. I can get him to put the word discover in there and get him to put the countdown clock in there. Perfect. And send him to the monetize your mission. Oh, no, what was the other landing page? You sent me the landing page, right? Yeah, so it's in your... Maybe add a little piece about me. Yeah. And a few more pictures, just to make it a little bit longer, as you said. What we did was we thought that the landing page, the page sent us looked more like some sort of website. It didn't really look like it was taking you to a webinar. Well, but I didn't have a landing page for any other webinar at the time. So Daniel showed me, Vic showed me a webinar page that was very short and very sweet, like really simple
short,
Yeah.
and it was business-like, and so we copied
That's
that.
fine. Yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
It needs to be a bit of a hybrid of the two, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll just add a little more and we'll tweak it, and then we'll make that go live tomorrow, and then we can pull the plug and do the first 4 emails to my list at least.
Yes.
And
so in the 4 emails, what do you think about creating a short video to go into each of those emails as well?
Yeah, I can do that.
Because you're the voice coach.
To my list, you mean?
Yeah. Because typically emails with a video at the top get something like a 70% higher open rate than not. So even if they're only 30 seconds or a minute long, they don't have to be super wordy. I think, in fact, the shorter the better, because if they hover over it and they say it's 36 seconds, they're like, oh, I can watch that. And even if you're just saying, hey, I have this webinar coming up, all the copies right below, but seriously, guys, you cannot afford to miss it. It's the first one I've ever done. It's going to be a small group. I want you in it because you're my list. You guys are getting this first. Seriously, do not miss this opportunity. Get into this webinar sequence because I'm going to share some stuff and I'm going to have some bonuses that are going to be so juicy. You do not want to miss it. That could be a video, just like that.
Okay. All right. So I can shoot a little short video, so 36 seconds.
Or something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, awesome idea. So how do I embed that into Active Campaign?
So you just need to give those you just need to put them on YouTube or send them to us and we can put them on YouTube, and then you get the embed code from YouTube, and then that just copies into Active Campaign, so it then becomes a YouTube player in your email.
Okay, got it. All right, so then next, so that's all going out. Then Paige is going to redo all the pictures across Facebook. Also create an event.
Yes, on Facebook. Yeah, Eileen can do that.
Eileen, okay.
Yeah.
Eileen to create event. All right, so what else do I need to do to help with this?
So what we need to do in between now and then is your Facebook Lives, which are lovely. I mean, you're so good at them. They need to be all pointing now towards the webinar.
Yeah.
And giving juicy tips between now and the webinar that people just can't resist but showing up because they know they're going to get so much more and they have to register to be able to get it.
Yeah. So this is what I was thinking, because I just started doing them just to sort of practice and make myself do it every day. So I wanted to get into a routine, but now that I've been thinking it's too discombobulated, I'm all over the shop. So what I've decided to do is take my book, The 7 Habits or the 7 Deadly Sins of whatever, re-spin it into a positive spin, write just 3 little point forms and do a Facebook Live on one of those points every single day, and saying, this has been useful to you, valuable. You will absolutely love my voice of a leader. Go here to have a look at it. So I can sort of rinse and repeat that over the next 7 days.
Yeah. So the one thing you want to do, as soon as you finish the Facebook Live and you've shared it, you need to drop a link in the comments so that people can register.
Right.
We'll have that link in the Facebook header picture anyway, and we'll pin a post to the top so it'll always be there. But typically on the Facebook Live, and you can just say, literally, as soon as I finish this recording, I'm going to drop a link. It's right underneath you guys. And they might just do that too.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. All right. So, and then ad launch. When do we start an ad launch? Who designs them? What do we do?
Eileen does that. So typically, the model is 3 weeks before. So literally, as soon as you got this page finished, we should be doing it. Yeah.
So she can design them and create them?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so what do I need to do for that? Do you need pictures?
We got all of that.
Or what do we need?
Sometimes Facebook ads are good with a video. I'll get Eileen to message you directly about that because Facebook ads with video definitely convert, but she'd need to give you the specs of how long, and I think they're like 10 seconds or something like that. So that the actual video, so when they're scrolling through and they see the ad, it's actually you moving, if you like, and there's a skill behind that. So I could get her to talk to you about that.
Yeah, because if I need to, because I know a lot of other people when they're doing Facebook ads, they they literally do a really long form sales page video to go with it.
Yeah, no, I don't. We want to keep it short and sweet, just to be different. Yeah, I need to message you about that.
Okay. Okay, yes, please.
Yeah. And then,
if I need to shoot stuff, I need to know this week ASAP.
Oh, you do?
Because Thursday is the day that I'm here with all my lights, my camera,
Perfect.
my stand,
Perfect.
everything.
Yeah. And remember too that most people won't register until like right before. So don't. I mean, we all get cold feet that nobody's registering. They just think, oh, it's not till the end of the month, you know. And that's why you have a limited slide.
Right.
I only have like 50 seats on this webinar. That's it, you know, or 100. I would say 50. Being realistic this time around. And just say, look, I've already got 15 people registered. There's only 35 seats left, you guys. So these could be your Facebook videos as you're going through to create that urgency. And the other piece to that would be is if they sign up early, maybe you send them a copy of your book and just say, you know, for the first 10 people that sign up, you're going to get an extra bonus of but whatever. They get the book anyway for free if they sign up on one of your sequences already, right? If I remember.
Yeah. Well, should I give them the copy of my Find Your Voice book?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because you got that as a PDF, right?
I do have that as a PDF. But will it cause confusion if I give them all the bonus tracks with the MP3s that go with them?
That would. Yeah. Yeah. We just want the simple PDF of the book. Just to give them enough incentive to actually want to go and do it.
Okay. Okay, so for instance, on the bonuses on the webinar so far, I've got free 30-minute sessions, say 7 of them, of the Find Your Voice book, the PDF or you know, the Kindle sort of looking version. Then I'm thinking about adding, like you said, 8 sessions. I was actually going to give them 6, but what I could do is have the last 2, have them be training practice calls where everybody gets to practice their speak to sell or practice their to camera or practice their whatever, like the hot seat calls where everybody's literally on camera practicing stuff. That could be bonus calls that way.
Yeah.
What is there anything else that I could add as a valuable bonus that would that you would think would be valuable?
I mean, this is typically where you bring affiliate partners in and you get something from them to give away as well, because otherwise you've got everything that you've given away.
Yeah.
You're not going to monetize your mission in Los Angeles, are you?
No, I'm actually doing my own event in October, so I've got to focus on the next step there.
So typically what Lisa would do is, and your event's going to be in the States, right? Mm-hmm. With these 2 other people. So typically what you would do is if people buy the course, they get a free ticket to the live event. So what you could do is you could create a contest that if people register for the webinar, you can do a contest for someone to win a free ticket to your live event, a VIP ticket to your live event. But you have to be on the webinar. You have to be live on the webinar to be entered into that draw. And you'll have those stats, and that way they get a live ticket. That would be really cool.
It's all happening here.
Your student must be almost knocking at your door too, probably.
Yeah. Okay.
Is that helpful?
Yes.
Good.
Thank you.
Okay. So this is recorded in the cloud, so the girls can just grab this, and I'll get Paige to go through it, send you a copy, and then I'll have Paige go through it and give Eileen a list of things to do.
Okay, awesome. Right. I'm going to go quickly outside and have a little geezer.
Yeah, get a picture and then share it, because people love disaster on Facebook. Hopefully nobody got hurt, but you know, car crashes and that kind of stuff.
All right. Thank you so much, Jay.
You're welcome, my darling. Okay, and then I'll have Eileen kick in the next call with you on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Tuesday your time, which will be 4 p.m. Monday her time.
Yeah, and then everything should be ready and
we should be ready to go by then. Yeah.
To launch. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
Awesome.
that gives us 2 weeks to run it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mwah.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye for
Bye.
now. Bye.
See ya.